Hey everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today's Draw My BitLife is going to be a little different because Angelina Bathory is evil. She was born only 2 days after my birthday, and she was also born in Nice, France, which is a really funny irony considering how not nice she's about to get. I wanted to make her drop out of elementary school because a lot of people are cruel out of ignorance, but unfortunately our parents love us too much to let us drop out. Her evil levels really ramp up at age 11 when she gets the opportunity to do nothing on a group project, one of the most evil things that a human being can actually do. Worryingly, she starts to get a bit of karma, which is a bad sign this early in the game, perhaps foreshadowing, when she gets the flu after all of her evil deeds, though the doctor mends her right away, and then a boy asks her out named Adrian. He's very popular, so of course we're going to say yes. And I feel like her having a boyfriend is going to add some possible evil options in the future. However, right when everything was going right, he decides that he wants to break up with Angelina, which she only really had one possible response to. Boy, she really outdid herself this time. She stretched his skull and fractured his neck, which sounds like it's going to debilitate him permanently, so dang, Angelina, you really put the break in breakup. You're not even out of your teens and you're already really evil. Apparently in France you graduate at age 16, so it's already time for her to pick a major. I decided instead maybe to just get her a job because none of these degrees looked particularly evil, and I thought maybe the jobs would have something good for us. My first thought was a dental hygienist because I feel like an evil dentist is a really terrifying prospect, but she didn't get the job probably because she just graduated high school. So instead I decided she's gonna work at the circus. I'm thinking evil clown, you guys. To celebrate her new occupation, I thought it's time for her very first crime. I thought we'd start with something splashy and easy, so perhaps a burglary. Now this is a little scary because this actually requires some level of gameplay, and I'm not great at these because I always play goody two-shoe characters, but let's see how it goes. So what I want to get is that watch. I think it'll be worth a lot, and I'm not even going to risk it for anything else if I can get away with just that. She probably could have got the TV as well, but I didn't want to risk it. I originally had her planned for sort of a femme fatale Black Widow type, so I'm going to try to get her some plastic surgery with her crime money and see if that ups her looks a little bit because they're pretty sad right now. I decided to get her a nose job at the most expensive plastic surgeon so they wouldn't botch it. Okay, so that didn't work out so well. Apparently Karma's back and she's not happy that we used our stolen watch money to get a nose job. So I don't know how much I can save her life at this point, so we might as well just do a little bit more crime. Plus we could maybe burgle enough money to get this thing fixed. This next house is a lot more complicated, so I'm really scared. Also, why does this surfer guy have so many dogs? I do like that he's surfing down the halls. Kind of makes me not want to steal from him. Well, I got my wish because his dog caught me and now we're in some trouble. So 6 years is quite a long time. That's probably gonna ruin her life, so I'm gonna try to get the best lawyer I can afford. Unfortunately, we're just under to get the really good lawyer, and that's really bad because apparently they didn't manage to get me off. Now I see Angelina as a bird who just can't be caged, so my first response is to try to get her an appeal. I know I was caught red-handed, but if you could please just let me go. Nope. Alright, so now that the law has not defended me, I need to get her out through other means. I feel like she would do just fine on the run, so I figure escape is a good option. So basically the way this game works is every time I go one step, the guard goes two, which seems a little unfair, frankly, and I feel like I'm already gonna lose. In perhaps the saddest period of Angelina's life, she goes from being a teenager to almost 30 years old, spent entirely in prison. So obviously she has depression now, things are going really bad. It turns out that being evil kind of sucks. I thought this was going to be a lot more fun. Now I'm sad. I put her in France's free community college because I can't help myself but try to make a redemption arc for this girl, but I will resist trying to make her any nicer because I know that the whole point of this was to make an evil BitLife run, and I'm going to try my best to keep that going. But dang, I really want things to turn out a little bit better than this. Man, she spent the prime years of her life just doing nothing in jail. Now that we have a community college degree, I decided to put her back into the circus, and luckily they'll still take her despite her criminal record. In less happy news, her mother just died, and she died of smallpox, which seems like a really crazy old disease to kill you, but she was 80. But Angelina is going to skip the funeral because, again, evil. Also because she had no relationship with her mother other than begging her for money every single year. We're going back to the plastic surgeon because apparently we never learn. Luckily, our girl Matilda did a slightly better job, so our looks are up to a crisp 9. After that, I thought it might be time to get that depression looked at, so she went to a psychiatrist once and her depression is cured. That's a dang good psychiatrist, like really, she's doing a really good job. I felt like it might be time for her to start dating again, and she met a guy named Axel Durand at a golf tournament. Then I remembered my big mistake from my Isabel run. Oh my god, we've done it again. Unlike with the Isabel run though, because Angelina is evil, we're going to string him along and go out with as many cute girls on the side as we possibly can. To prepare for her bacchanalia of cheating, I decided to send her back in to Dr. Martinez and see what else we can get fixed up. We're still in the orange as far as looks are concerned, and I'm really interested to see if anything's actually going to do any good. I decided to get her a tummy tuck, and apparently it really helped. We're up to a 50 now, so that's great, I guess. Average is fine. We don't need to be a supermodel. I also sent her to the casino, and somehow she's kind of good at blackjack, so she won $500 on her first hand. Things were going a little too well for Angelina, so I thought it was time for her to go back to the crime menu. I was really tempted to do a murder to get this evil thing going, but there was no one good enough to murder, and she hasn't really made any good enemies yet, so I wasn't sure if it was really worth the potential life in prison, considering she's not even mad at any of these people. I had her instead let it out of her system with another simple burglary, certainly a stockbroker. The stockbroker doesn't have any dogs, the fool, so I could get away with a lot more stuff. I feel like the burglary game can be so drastically more difficult depending on how many dogs someone has. If it's just them, like, I can just walk around their house stealing everything. Speaking of money, I feel like she doesn't have much upward mobility at her circus job, so I decided to send her out to see if there's anything else that might pay a little better. I did notice that there's an exotic dancer job, and I thought, hey, I mean, we got her looks up pretty high, we invest a lot of money, but apparently she's not cut out for the Bengal Club, unfortunately. It's clear to me now that the Bengal Club talks to my circus because I just got terminated just for looking for other jobs, which I didn't realize you could actually do. I feel like that should be illegal. Like, can they really just fire you for having talked to another employer who didn't hire you? That seems weird. Anyway, she screamed at her supervisor on the way out in classic Angelina Bathory attitude, and now she really needs a job. I wanted to go all Sweeney Todd with the butcher, but they weren't interested in me because of my criminal record. So instead, we're going to be back in the circus. Yay! I paid Axel $100 to marry us because he said no before. Basically, I want to try to steal all his money. I think he's pretty well off, so I think that might be a good, more white-collar crime for us to start going for at this point. I guess it's not really a crime. It's just sort of mean. Upsettingly though, Axel might be on to me. He wants a prenup and he is worth like 10 times more than us, so that makes it even worse. So she did the only thing that she could do. She called off the wedding and hooked up with a random girl named Natalie. Neither of them were that into it, but at least she's still on the evil path. I'm a bit worried because she's 37 years old, and still the evilest thing she's ever done was fracturing her ex-boyfriend's neck when she was 15. I really feel like she's got to step it up. Angelina hooks up with another girl named Elsa Gauthier, and this time Axel finds out. I decide to apologize to him because, again, I can't keep cheating on a boyfriend that I don't have. Also, now we're pregnant, which is pretty terrifying and bad. I don't know how that happened when she's 39 years old and we've just been fighting constantly, but I guess life had other plans for us. I decided that I was gonna marry Axel anyway, and here's why. A prenup only covers if you divorce them. If he dies mysteriously, she still gets all of the money. So we can sign the prenup, it's not a big deal. Hopefully we won't end up shackled in any other way. So now it's time for her ultimate crime. We've got to murder her new husband. This is really classic, very femme fatale. I feel like she should push him down the stairs because it's believable. It could just be an accident. If she can pull this off, she's gonna get everything. Okay, so editing Haley here. I actually had to cut this one into 2 parts because Angelina's life got so long and so crazy. So the second part to this BitLife episode is going to come out in 2 days on Sunday. I hope you guys check it out. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, including Bella Story, Blue Boy, Calpumpone, Clockwork Construct, Dionysus Hadrilis, Dr. Casket, Elizabeth Album, Imagine Creations, JJ Jade, Joseph Copel, Justin, Carla Tapia, Katie Marigold, Kier, Kyle D. Metz, Leblubla, Midnight Doodles, Micah Dactyl, Moosadeer Rachel, Nora Cornelison, Okamore, Ollie, Rosie Warlock, Sergeant Pendulum, The Artsy Moose, Your Boy ST, and Zoe Stardust.